Hello everybody, today we're going to look at writing algebraic expressions. We're going to go over some vocabulary first. So an algebraic expression is an expression that contains one or more variables, and it may also contain operation symbols such as addition or subtraction. A variable is a letter or symbol used to represent an unknown or unspecified number. The value of the variable may change. A constant is a specific number whose value does not change. So here's some examples. I'm going to show you examples of algebraic expressions and then ones that are not algebraic expressions. So right here we have 150 plus y. I have my constant here and my variable here. This is an algebraic expression. W plus n. So I've got a variable plus a variable. That is an algebraic expression. And then just the variable by itself, just x, as well as that is an algebraic expression. So examples that are not algebraic expressions: 15, that's just our constant, 12 minus 7, and 9/16 or 9 divided by 16. These do not have any variables in them or any unknowns, so these are not algebraic expressions. So we're going to look at how to write, ways to write multiplication and division. So you're used to seeing the 3 times n, so 3xn, 3 times n. We're going to write this now as 3n. And when it's written like this 3, that constant, is called a coefficient. So if you hear me use the word coefficient, that means the number in front of or to the left of the variable. So it's the constant placed before the variable in an algebraic expression, and it denotes multiplication. So you're not going to see any signs or symbols here. You're going to just know, you're going to have to know that when I see a coefficient variable together like this, that means 3 times n. You may also write it like this, but I'm going to really recommend going this direction because as we move forward in math, this is what you're going to see. For division, 3 divided by n, you're going to write that as 3 over n with a fraction bar, so 3 divided by n. That's how we're going to write that when we're writing our algebraic expression. So if it said the quotient of 3 and n, this is what you would write. Different ways to describe expressions with words. So for here, this is really important that you understand these terms and what they are representing. So for addition, you may see the word in your phrase added to, plus, some, or more than. Whenever I see this in my phrase, I need to go with addition. Subtraction, subtracted from, minus, difference, less than, take away, taken from. And this one here is probably the trickiest because depending on how these are written, it's going to tell you if the subtraction comes before or after. Multiplication, you could hear the words times, multiplied by, product, groups of. So when I see this, any of these terms, that means multiplication. And then for division, divided by, divided into, and quotient. Okay. These are really words that you need to be looking at and using. I would make this chart in your math journal and use this as you're going through the homework and stuff. All right, so some examples. Write each phrase as an algebraic expression. The sum of 7 and x. So for this here, the sum of 7 and x, we're just going to write 7 plus x. The quotient of z and 3. Z divided by 3. All right, next we're going to look at write a phrase for each expression. 11x, so my coefficient and my variable. For this, there are lots of different ways you can write this. So you could write the product of 11 and x. You could write 11 times x. So I'm going to write the product of 11 and x. Here we've got 8 minus y. You could write 8 minus y. Or we can write y less than 8. And I'm writing that because this is something you're going to see, and I need you to understand what this means. So less than 8, it's y less than 8. So just because they're putting a variable in here, don't let that confuse you. So we have 8, and then we're y less that. So 8 minus y. Okay. I've got some your turns here. The first one, n times 7. I want you to write that into an algebraic expression. Number 2, 4 minus y. Write that into an algebraic expression. 13 added to x. And then for these last two, you're going to write a phrase for these. So this is an algebraic expression I want you to write a phrase for. And I'm not going to say this out loud because I'll pretty much give it away probably. So write that into a phrase. And then number 5 as well, write that into a phrase. We're going to look at some models. And this is going to help you if you're struggling with kind of that abstract, not being able to visualize it. This is a different way to visualize these expressions. So ways to model them, we're going to use bar graphs to represent each expression. Right here I have 7 plus x. So you're going to, on your bar graph, your bar model, you're going to combine 7 and x. So right here I have 7. I know those. I don't know what x is. So 7 plus x, my 7 constant, and my unknown x. Here we have z divided by 3. We're going to take z, which is all of my whole bar model, and I'm going to divide it into 3 equal parts because it's divided by 3. So that's how you would do that one. And then the your turn, it says draw a bar model to represent each expression. So I want you to do this in your math journal. T minus 2 and 4y. Draw those bar models. All right, so I'm going to go back here and I'm going to draw this here for you. So we have t minus 2. So here's t. All of this is t. And then we need to get 2 out of there, right? So this is my 2. Okay, so I've taken 2, and what's left, this is t minus 2. All right, 4y. So I have y, and then I need to have how many of them? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so here's y, and here is 4y. All right, hopefully you did well on those, and have a wonderful day.